Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today, if you were to ask me what one of the most influential video games of all time was, one of my first answers would be Pac-Man. Pac-Man has been around for over 40 years and is still getting games. Sure, there were some mistakes and weird decisions made in the past, but for the most part it was worth it. Just not ghostly adventures, that was... oh boy. The Yellow Sphere got 2 games in 2022. Pac-Man World Repack, a remake of the original Pac-Man World, which looks phenomenal by the way, and I really want to play it. And Pac-Man Museum Plus, which is the topic for today. The game is actually a sequel to the original Pac-Man Museum that released on the PS3, Xbox 360, and Windows back in 2013. It had 4 less games, but was one of the last times that GMco officially acknowledged Miss Pac-Man. I also just want to mention this box art. It's really nice, it's hand-drawn, and it's not just the main character posing against a colored backdrop, like almost every other game now. Released on May 27th, 2022, Pac-Man Museum Plus is a compilation of 14 Pac-Man games from the arcade to certain consoles and mobile phones. This is the biggest Pac-Man compilation yet, and in my opinion, the best. There's something we gotta get into before we even get into the games. One of the most unique aspects of this game is the customizable arcade. Instead of just having a menu where you flip through games, in Pac-Man Museum Plus, you customize an arcade with arcade cabinets that house the games. This adds so much charm to the game and helps to fill the $30 Canadian price tag. This game also has a credit system with these coins. Like a real arcade, you need to put coins into the machines to play the game, and you earn coins by playing. Of course, doing better gives more coins. You start the game with 500 coins, but could you still run out and be stopped from ever playing again? No. There is one machine with no coin fee, which focuses on console releases. Each game has a slew of missions attached to it, and when you complete them, you unlock rewards like things to put in your arcade, different wallpapers, parts of the soundtrack, and even some of the other games in the collection. These missions really give you something to work towards, so completionists can also enjoy the game. If you complete enough missions, you'll start getting characters walking around your arcade, making it feel like an actual arcade. Now I'm going to kind of do a synopsis and review of all the games in the package, but instead of going in chronological order, I'm going to go in order of how much I like them, from least to best. It's like, we're going to start off with my least favorite and just end with my favorite one. So yeah, let's do that. 14. Pac-in-Time. Pac-in-Time is a 2D platformer where Pac-Man gets sent back in time and has to use bad swinging physics to get back home. These rings that unlock new abilities are annoying to try and fit through. These birds insult me, and the swinging sucks. I also don't know why they use the Japanese ROM instead of the English one. They took the Japanese ROM of the game and then just put English subtitles over them. Why? 13. Pac-Land. Pac-Land is that one game from the Smash Bros. Stage, and the other 2D platformer in the collection. This game, while not as infuriating as Pac-in-Time, isn't good. The way you run is unnecessarily weird, and oh my god, these springboards are the bane of my existence. When you jump off of them, you have to mash the right arrow on the D-pad or right on the analog stick so you can fall slower. How are you supposed to figure this out without googling it? I don't know. Also, they had to change the sprites in this game because it had Miss Pac-Man originally, and they don't want another lawsuit, so had to change it. 12. Pac-Attack. This is a puzzle game where you make rows like Tetris, but there are ghosts that fall on the screen, and every so often a Pac-Man appears to eat all of them in his path. I frankly am not good at all, and I really don't want to dedicate my time to getting better. 11. Pac-Man Battle Royale. I don't have any friends to play this with, so it feels very repetitive and kind of boring. Like, I'm sure if you were with your friends and playing this, it would be a little better, but the CPUs in Pac-Man Battle Royale are just so predictable and boring. Completing some of these missions was just tedious because I don't have any friends. 10. Super Pac-Man. This game is odd. You collect keys to open up gates to eat pellets, but there are green pellets that make you huge so you can break through the gates but not eat ghosts. and Super Pellets, which do the opposite. They tried to evolve and change up the formula, but really only made it worse. 9. Pack and Pal. Keeping up with the gate trend, Pack and Pal has you collecting cards to open certain gates so you can get fruits. Where'd the pellets go? There are also super items that give you an ability to stun and paralyze any ghosts in your path. But you can't eat them, you just freeze them in place. Oh yeah, and I guess I forgot to mention, you have a pal that picks up fruits for you. I guess that's like half the title, but I mean, who cares? 8. Pac-Man 256. This is a smartphone game made by the same people who made Crossy Road. Pac-Man 256 is an endless Pac-Man game where you run away from the infamous level 256 glitch. If you don't know, the 256th level of the original Pac-Man game is this unbeatable mess of textures. This game also has different power-ups that give different abilities that can be upgraded with coins you find. These coins are a staple of hipster-style games. 7. Pac-Man. Do I need to explain what you do? It's Pac-Man. There's no weird gimmicks or ideas. It is just the same maze 255 times before they decide to change it up for 256. Just to let you know, I would put Miss Pac-Man in the spot above this because every couple levels has a new maze opposed to the same one over and over again, which just makes it seem more fresh and a little better. Come on, Namco. Gotta just buy at games already. 6. Pac-Motos. This is not officially a Pac-Man game. Well, kinda. It's a reskin of another Namco series, Motos. This game originated from 2007's Namco Museum remix on the Wii. While this game didn't originate as a Pac-Man game, it is fun, but gradually kinda gets repetitive and monotonous towards the end. Only a little bit though. All in all, it's a great game. 5. Pac-Mania. Now this is what Super Pac-Man should have been. Pac-Mania changes up the formula just enough to the point where it feels different and similar to the original. This time the camera is in isometric point of view and you can jump over ghosts. It's really, really fun. This one is mucho bueno. 4. Pac-Man Arrangement Arcade. Like Pac-Mania, I feel this is a better evolution of the Pac-Man formula compared to Super Pac-Man because it's faster and they added new mechanics to each level. There's a new ghost in town that was originally named Kinky, but was changed to Kinzo. I'm not joking. In the original arcades, his name was Kinky. God, Namco, what were you thinking? I guess it's because he can always be eaten, but can fuse with other ghosts to make them more powerful. But what's up with the name? What? 3. Pac-Man Arrangement PSP. This is a reimagining of Pac-Man Arrangement from the arcade that came from the PSP's Namco Museum Battle Collection. This game adds boss battles and level progression with new abilities, but removes Kinzo. It is slower than the original Pac-Man Arrangement, but when you run out of lives, you can just start from where you were without using any coins, but your score is reset, which I really like. 2. Pack-and-Roll Remix. Pack-and-Roll was a Nintendo DS game that was remade in the 2007 Namco Museum remix on the Wii, the same one as Pac-Motos, and was ported here. It's really fun except for World 4-3. I've heard it loses its charm when being played with a joystick. Counter argument, the DS's touchscreen is a gimmick, and this version is now a timeless way to play it. And number 1, Pac-Man Championship Edition. Pac-Man Championship Edition is a fast-paced modernization of the original Pac-Man's gameplay, which now focuses on how much score you can get in a time limit. It was also made by the original Pac-Man's developer, so I guess it's the true sequel to Pac-Man. It's really fun, but why didn't they add Championship Edition DX or 2? Pac-Man Museum Plus has 14 games. Why not throw in DX or 2 just to make it 15? Like, that, it just makes it a better selling point. Oh well, this one's still very good. Realistically, my 5 favorite games could swap places based on what I want to play that day, but that's just how I feel as of late. It's kind of weird. While playing, I noticed in some of the older games, they would refer to the ghosts as monsters and not ghosts. Some of the borders on the side like emulate the arcade cabinets, so they have some of the instructions, and it actually says monsters on a multiple of them. In fact, Pac-Mania, I believe, was the first one to actually say jump over ghosts. So it was kind of weird there why they called them monsters. I don't know what all that is about. This game is not perfect, however. There's a pitiful CRT filter, minimal screen options, borders that you can't remove that can be quite distracting, pixel jittering, and a bit of input delay. But in my opinion, it doesn't really ruin the package. Like, there's a slight input delay on some games, so it makes Super Pac-Man, like, annoying to play, but really, it was annoying to play regardless, so it doesn't really matter. While this game is flawed, to me, it's still amazing. This is a great compilation of classic and modern Pac-Man games. It is also endlessly replayable because there are mostly arcade titles. You could try to get to level 256 in the original Pac-Man. You could try and get a 1000 Pac dot chain in Pac-Man 256. You could try to get in the top 100 most coins earned, or you could try and get all the gold statues from the Gachapon. Heck, you can make a whole maze out of golden Pac buddies if you want. Go nuts. The thing about Pac-Man is everyone knows what it is and everyone understands it, so it's super easy to recommend to anyone. Except for Switch owners who have to pay $10 more for it. What? Why? It's the PS4 and Xbox versions are $30 Canadian. The Switch one is $40. Why? I'm a fan of maintaining the history of video games and their legacy and making them replayable on modern consoles. That's why I'm so upset about Kinzo's name change. Why didn't they keep it the original one? That's why I'm starting a new campaign called Let's Get Kinky Again, where the goal is to change Kinzo's name back to what it was before, the way it should have been. And I'm so excited about this, I'm gonna go take it to the streets, spread the word everywhere. I was put under house arrest.